Hey you guys, it's Jay and Jen. In this video, we're going to be talking about you owning a business as well as you owning a side business and how to make that successful. This is the third part of our series about basically breaking ground, believing in yourself, and about what you can do to gain income and do a potential yourself. And if you're working in a 9-to-5, we said that that's cool too, but this for people who want to more branch out to side hustles or maybe even leave their job. So let's talk about that. If you don't know us, we're Jay and Jen, empower people, empower change.
Yes.
Okay. We're all about leading you to a successful life when it comes to plant-based living and managing your money well and making wise decisions. Stuff that we should have learned in middle school.
But we did.
So we're going to get right into it. We basically have 3 different points that are just going to help you be successful. This doesn't only come from us. This comes from many successful individuals, which we've studied and we've read up on and we've heard from. All right. So let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is mentors.
Yes. One thing about mentors, a lot of people want to figure it out by themselves. And I'm always like, why? Why would you waste so much valuable time? You know, somebody's probably doing the same thing you're doing, or somebody that's older, younger. Humble yourself. That's one of my favorite things to say. Humble yourself. Be humble. All right. Learn from mentors. Ask questions. Ask them, hey, how do you do this? How'd you do that? You know, and hopefully they're friendly enough to give you those answers. But if not, find someone else that could potentially be a mentor for you that doesn't mind being there for your questions and your answers, and they don't be there for you 24/7, just here and there, you know. But it's really sad when people, you know, don't want to ask the questions, and then you find yourself trying to figure out something for a whole year or 2 years when you could have talked to that mentor who's already been tried and true, has, you know, struggled, have been through the oceans and the waters, and they could give you that answer just like that, you know. So just remember, mentors are amazing. What are your thoughts about mentors?
I think, like you said, it saves a lot of time. Like you just, the first thing, the important part about business, and the reason you try to get a side hustle is so that you can make more money within a shorter amount of time, or basically try to maintain the bills you have now. So saving that time is really good because you want to find out what's the fastest route to get there. You don't want to like be not like overnight success, not like a scam or anything, but you want to find out what's quicker, what didn't work, so you don't have to go through those pitfalls and spend the same 20 years that they had to learn that they just put in a book for you right in front of you. Or you find a physical live mentor, somebody to talk to you, talk through your problems, somebody that's going to challenge you and be like, I don't think that's a good idea. And that doesn't mean they're a hater. It just means they're looking out for your good if you find the right person. If you have a mentor, go ahead and leave that in the comments. I would love to hear about them and how you found them, etc., etc.
And I do want to add, I think this is a national website, score.org, SCORE.org. That is like a national free service for people who are seeking mentors for their businesses. And if you go there, I mean, they have like a slew of options of different type of businesses. If you're interested in, they'll pair you up with someone for free. And then the website has tons of other different opportunities, classes, workshops that you can actually sign up for. A lot of them are free. Some of you have to pay like $15, but hey, $15 is most likely worth saving you weeks and weeks of time of trying to figure something out.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So score.org, SCORE.org. Look it up. Yeah. Get you a mentor.
Part of having a business is time management, and that helps you save a lot.
Yeah, especially if you're working full time. Yeah. Like me, you know, I work and we're still doing this EPEC thing. And it's like, it's nice that we did score.org and some other mentorship things that we've done. So it's really good.
Yes. So moving right on to the next point that we have for you today is knowledge. Okay. And I know you guys think that that's important, but a lot of us stop after we graduate high school or after we graduate college.
Honestly, I'm doing.
After we graduate college, all right, I got my degree. I got all the knowledge that I'm going to need in life, and you stop studying. But the weird thing is that when you go work for a job, okay, you get all this. Why do you think they give you continued training? Why do you think they do that? Well, especially when something new comes out or there's a new technique, something, a way to do better. You know, it should be the same way if you have a business, or even if you're in your side hustle. What's the best way to work that side hustle to where you can save time and gain the most amount of money? Like, how have you studied? Are you watching other people do it? You know, things
and
like that.
you know, we study your craft. Love the saying, study your craft. Whatever, if you have been if you're into accounting or something, you should continuously learn, seek out other books, seek out other people who are accountants. It's been longer than you. Always enhancing your knowledge, whatever you choose to do. That study your craft is something millionaires and billionaires do. They read. Look it up. They read every single day. They read 30 books within a month. They are just avid readers. And that's something that I love that Jay and I, and we embark our kids on it, to read. Like, yes, for us, read the Bible, absolutely spiritual empowerment, but then there's mental empowerment, you know, of your craft. You know, I'm in informatics too, so I need to study about informatics. I need to learn things. He's a dental hygienist, so he should be studying things if, you know, that's something he's pursuing. Well, he is a dental hygienist, but what I'm saying is, like, whatever you embark, if you fix cars, if you like to cook, always like look up things, read something on this fruit, this vegetable, or cars. What's the newest, latest, greatest invention that someone has come out to fix an oil leak? You know, if you never do that, you'll be doing something that's 5 years backwards when other people have already advanced to the new technique. So always be willing to learn whatever it is, whatever. So you can always be ahead.
Yes. But that's good. I'm glad you mentioned that, because some of us aren't like natural learners and try to, what do you call it? Almost do it yourselfers, kind of getting out there. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. It's like, in order to get to a better goal, that's what you have to shift into, or get around some people who are doing that. That will probably position you better, because it'd be weird hanging around some people who always doing the same thing, always pursuing. You're just staying in the same place. I don't think that's going to work. So
it's not.
You get around those people, I think it'll be helpful.
Yeah, it is a lot of encouragement when you're around people that are moving forward, that are making gains in their lives. So that is definitely, I think, important to have a mastermind group around you.
And now they have free university that you probably already know about. I know everybody wants debt, school loans canceled. Everybody wants free college and everything like that. But before we get to our next point, jumping off of knowledge, YouTube University is free. Okay, you can't trust everybody out there. True. That goes for us too. I guess if you don't really know us, you're not used to us.
We might be lying.
But YouTube, and obviously the internet's full of information. But if you
can misinformation,
information and misinformation. But if you can find some good people, that's free schooling, free learning. You know, one perspective shift could change your life, like, radically.
For us, we learned a lot from YouTube University as far as advancing our lives and helping us to start our business, as well as just overall different things, like with Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale. Like, that's my go-to for learning. Les Brown, and oh my gosh, we can name so many people, Jim Rohn, and all those awesome people that we learned from. Is free on YouTube University. For free.
Yeah, no, right? No.
But then also, you know, you look at all your skills that you can acquire. A lot of people do it yourself stuff. If you're interested in do it yourself stuff, look at other people do it yourself stuff and learn from it.
So you jumped on skills, which is our next point.
Segue. I meant to do that. Not really. All right, skills. How do you acquire skills, Jay?
Oh, many ways. Obviously, mentors can teach you things, right? But it depends if you're talking about physical or if you're talking about a peer, because I think that's a skill too. Listening to people is a skill, and in some jobs or particular side hustles, that might be a skill that you need. Just listening to people, communicating well, that is a skill. Public speaking is a skill, and you may be able to do that. Getting in front of camera on YouTube is a skill that you develop. Editing, doing things behind the scenes is a skill. So there's a bunch of skills, and it's easy to learn. Like, it's not to say easy, it's easy access. Because there are a lot of different means. Like, we don't have to go to school for 6 years to do something anymore. we could learn what we need to learn and get right into it. So it's self-paced.
Yeah.
It's school at your own pace, and a lot of it is free, guys.
And we live in the age of technology right now that gives us the opportunity to advance skills in your home. Like back in the days, they didn't have this opportunity, but now it's the issue of who's going to actually embark on gaining some skills or learning something new, and who's just going to sit in the house like it's 1800s and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they didn't have TV, they didn't have anything like that. They did have books. They have books. But for the most part, we have video that we can learn things, learn some new skills. Don't be afraid to enhance your knowledge. Mm-hmm. Learn something new. Learning a language could be something that you could do. That definitely expands your audience. That allows you to be more, you can get better job offers sometimes when you can speak multiple languages. Come on.
How many of you with me have been saying you need to learn Spanish since like 1998, saying you need to learn Spanish or a second language? Go ahead, type that in the comments. You know what I'm talking about.
We know you did. How many times? Took it in high school and college. Still don't speak it.
But that's jumping off the point too. Trade schools, colleges, universities, you can jump back into school to try to get more income.
Yes.
Side hustle, learn about things that you can use for your business later on. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you just want to elevate from your current position and do something different. You can do it, but we're here to tell you don't have to put it off forever.
Mm-hmm. And one thing about, colleges, universities, trade, I think people don't look at trade schools like I think they should. Some people in trade schools make a lot of money. And a lot of people sleep on those. Trade schools, it's like, and then people that go to colleges and university, they end up with tons of debt. And the person with trade school don't have much debt at all, or they no debt at all. And then they're living their life and they're making $100,000 a year. So don't sleep on trade schools, right? That's something that could be a very a benefit to your life. But also, like, we're talking about, making more money. If you could afford, as far as your time, to work your job, go to a trade school. Maybe this trade school opportunity is just something you've been dreaming about doing all your life. Go for it. Go for it. Sacrifice. I remember when I was in school, nursing school, I went to get my CNA. I went to get my patient care tech certification. I was like in school still while I was in school because it was like something that I was passionate about. So there's like other opportunities out there, but just don't live in a box. A lot of us, like we said, we graduate high school or graduate college and we're like, that's it. I'm done with learning. You'll live this very monotone, undeveloped life, and you'll most likely, I'm not gonna say you're not gonna reach your potential, but there's probably a big chance that you won't because you just halted everything in your life. You should keep learning. There's something that's in you, there's a gifting, there's a purpose that's in you that needs to grow. And you make yourself more marketable out there when you learn skills, when you take the time to invest in yourself, invest in this up here.
Okay, guys. So we talked about mentors. We talked about knowledge. We talked about skills. Any other comments? Any other suggestions? Go ahead and type that in the comments. Obviously, we don't know anything. I mean, we don't know everything.
He just spoke. I know something. He don't know.
Yeah. We don't know everything. But off the cuff question for you, Jen. Can a person be... Let me ask you this question, Jen. If a person is rich, does that mean that they're wealthy?
Nope.
Can somebody have a lot of money but not be wealthy?
Oh, absolutely.
How is that?
Well, number one, I look at it like this. All right, so people who are rich but may not be wealthy, I look at my riches is a lot of different than what maybe other people think. I don't really care for big homes. I don't care for fancy cars. I know like that's like the norm out there, but that's just something that's not wealth to me. Wealth to me is my family. Wealth to me is living in a comfortable house that just gives us comfort level. A car that drives, gives me from point A to point B. Books. Being able to give to people, being able to just live my life, pursuing my purpose in God, that is wealth to me. A lot of people get into all these riches and all this debt and big house, nice, fancy cars, and they're really poor, and when the stuff is taken away, and unfortunately it takes a mental toll on them, and then they end up, doing harmful things to themselves and to their families, and then, it's just, it's really sad. Depression is everywhere. And you have to find wealth, and hopefully not money. I just say, like, wealth is not in money. And what was your perspective in that?
I agree.
Good.
I mean, no, essentially, I just want to point out that just because somebody has a lot of money doesn't mean they're wealthy, because it is about up here. It's a mindset. And just because somebody is, are you wealthy? That's something I want to leave with you guys. Are you wealthy in your thinking today? Are you rich up here? Because if you're rich up here, you can get it in here. All right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to leave you with that. Once again, we are Jay and Jen with Empower People, Empower Change. Thank you guys for stopping by. Those of you guys who are watching live. If you're watching us on the rebroadcast, welcome to our channel. We're so glad to serve you. Keep in tune with us, like and subscribe, especially for more content about how to manage your money well and how to be responsible with it, as well as plant-based living. God willing, we have a couple videos that are dropping tonight that Jen's going to show you some more easy vegan quick meals and
delicious.
Yes. And we thank you guys so much for sticking with us tonight. Have a great day.
Bye.